Hey, hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to painting stream. I've only done one before. It turned out okay. But now I've got a whole brand new setup. Everything clearly, plainly in view. I think it's going to do pretty well. So, welcome. I am, of course, Flamel Sterling. And whenever I'm not running a totally legitimate business, I swear, don't look in the back. It's fine. Don't look in the back. I'm just kind of relaxing with a paint stream. Or painting my minis. So I figured, hey, why not throw it up on stream and I can relax and create some content at the same time. So, whoops, hello. Whoever rigged my model is a jackass. Totally sucked at it. Did myself. Um, but so recently, let's get started. Recently, I backed the Green Stuff World Kickstarter for their Maxx Darth Ultra Black paint that I haven't played with yet, but I figured since I already have this Witch King model finished, have a resin copy. I figured, well, this one's done and good for playing, so let's use this one as an experimental one. Every time I look over to my right, my whole model's just gonna warp and squish. My bad. So I can leave my phone. There we go. So rather than prime the model first, I figured I would just layer some of this on. And after the first coat, we can compare it to the other model and see how it looks. So you just use a small dab. God damn, that is dark. it's actually a little hard for me to tell how much I've actually gotten there. I know there's been some bubbles that kind of popped out of the tip and like popped and spread the paint, but I can't actually tell how much I got in there. But it's got a crappy squished brush. We're not just coating, no detail right now, so I'll probably do a couple coats because I can see a little of the gray through this, but the spots where it went on a little thicker, kind of losing detail. I also had a few other goodies come with my order. I haven't had a chance to try them yet. I've never worked with. I got a wet palette and like a little flushable brush wash. I haven't had a chance to set up and use either of them yet, but I'm hoping to figure out the proper way to use a wet palette without ruining it. Mostly I just kind of dip and mix the paints a little in here. Okay, one sec. Let me get this. Sounds like a mixing ball. There we go. Okay, that is an actual definable blob. I can see some depth and shape too. Maybe I should have primed this, because it looks like some of the paint is like separating off the model in some spots. There's a few little bits here and there I'm pretty sure I've had to touch up once or twice already. Cat hair. Doesn't get used to my camera placement. Without leaning my head in too far. I was 11 when Lord of the Rings hit theaters. My dad had given me a copy of The Hobbit years before. I tried reading Lord of the Rings when I was like 12. No, actually, it was a little before the movies came out, so probably early age 11. I had like the Council of Elrond, and it was just like, oh, this is boring. They keep talking. Bilbo keeps trying to read his poems. It's so hard to remember what I've already read. So I like put the book down, didn't touch him for like another few years, where I finally went through and actually read them with a better attention span. But my dad took us to go see the movies. My friends and I were all like immediately hooked. So then, as soon as this came out, this game, Games Workshop's Middle Earth strategy battle game, it was called, I don't know what it was called back then. They had to rebrand it. They didn't have to, they just didn't, I think. Good question. Don't know. We all got into it, but we were rambunctious 12-year-olds, so lost and broke and just did terrible paint jobs at all of our stuff because we're kids. We had kids skill. We didn't know any better. But then when lockdown hit, there was a brief period where I had some free time in my day job. I was like, hey, when we cooped up inside, only working 16 hours a week, I'll get back to my old hobbies. Actually, it was actually this is because my father-in-law got back into it, but not in a positive way. We were over for the holidays, or some recent visit, and I had seen a little Gandalf on his desk, and I was like, oh, hold on. That's my Gandalf. That's my old model. I've even got my initials on the bottom. So I asked him, I was like, why did you go through my stuff? He said, oh, I didn't go through your stuff. I just found that somewhere. And I was like, you found it in my case of guys. And also you broke it and lost his arm. So, no, I think I just picked that up somewhere. It's like, you picked up a mini with my initials on the bottom and my name. But I was mad, but I also, like, really wanted to get back into it and repair them and fix them up. Get in there with this brush. But because of that, it was on my mind when lockdown started and I started getting back into it. Gathered up all my stuff. We brought it back home with us. I painted a whole bunch of Urukai. Got my Isengard force up and going. It's really hard to get any depth on this paint when it's wet. Like the shine. Oh. Actually, you know what? That's not shine on his knee right there. I just scraped it off just by touching it. I think this is gonna need a primer because that just comes right off. Alright. I'll review this paint some other time. Let's get started on the Galadhrim. But it is darker. Apparently it doesn't adhere too well without the primer. So I'll get this guy, he'll dry, I'll get him brushed up and rinsed up and primed, and I'll check him out some other stream. My bad. I figured that might show a little better, but whoops, guess not. Quick rinse. I shook my alcohol bottle and I felt little cold droplets in my arm. Whoops. Just isopropanol, it's fine. It's not xylene. Pyridine. I don't know if pyridine would make a good paint solvent. Sounds like pickles, but in a bad way, so wouldn't want some of that sitting around. Calm down, model. Calm down. Alright. Grab some of the brushes. Way back. Another fat brush. A couple smaller ones to start with. Alright, so actually get started, I've got some guards of the Galadhrim court from my Lothlorien army, as well as Galadhrim Stormcaller. Never used these guys before. Them I have. Magic was never my strong suit in the game, because I usually had Isengard, but unless I was running Saruman, they're pretty much just beat sticks. But let's get started on these guys in their cloaks. Alright, so I'm going to start up with some Citadel Cantor Blue. Mix and brush. Get some glob of that. A little bit of clean water. Alright, let's start working on all the cat hairs off everything first. So, well, that paint actually still kind of nice in the camera. This is just cleaning off the mix and brush. And since it's the base coat, I'm going to be real rough with it, so it'll cover up. It'll get on the others. It'll get on the armor and the other pants and boots and everything, but I don't care because I can paint all that. Get up under their robes. Also, always tried to kind of assembly line most of my guys if I can, but it gets really tedious and boring real quick. I think the most I did in one day was 36 Urukai. And let me tell you, that's 36 guys made only out of black, brown, and silver. Different shades of silver, sure, but a couple different browns, but it's still just... hands hurt so much that day. These are all the Games Workshop fine cast resin. It's a little wiggly. Oop. This guy's pike handle is a little warped. A little warped. It's a lot of warped. I'm not gonna like having to go in, work around the spear to get the trim on the robes of his sleeves done, though. Pretty sure this guy was just one solid piece. I didn't have to glue anything, but the inside of his robes. Yeah, they're gonna need a second coat. Damn it. Cat fuzz. Don't worry, I'm not normally this covered in cat fuzz. These guys have just been sitting out forever. I've been meaning to get to them for a long time, but then I get more Uruks, and I gotta paint my Uruks. I have like 200. Yeah, like 200 Uruk high. Captains, ballistas, bomb crews, berserkers. Berserkers are real fun in this game. Stop tracking me for a second. Right there we go. All right, I'm back. Does that sometimes. One second. Split second coat. Yeah, he's fine. He's good. This guy back on the base, set him back in the wall. Make sure I don't hit any of my equipment with my brushes. Mix a little bit more. One of the other things I just got was also a wet palette, which I've never used before. So hopefully, I've never bothered to like mix up more than a little blob at a time. That way I can avoid having it all dry and wasting a bunch of paint before I can even get around to using it. Oops, stuck my finger in the paint. Another thing we never did when we were younger and painting these was we didn't know we had to dilute the paint. So all of our models were real chunky and lumpy. It made so much more sense why people could put these nice smooth coats on everything, and we were just... Didn't look so bad on the orcs, but our elves or our Rohirrim look pretty bad. Don't know when I want to glue these guys into their base while I'm working on them. Depends on the model. Like, these guys are pretty flat at their base, so maybe once I get the bottom done, the base coat done, I'll glue them in. I'm not going to be highlighting and touching up underneath the robes, so that should just be fine. Cat's out in the hall crying. Come here, buddy. You can sit there and cry, or you can come in here. He likes to sit outside and cry all night until we finally just say, "Just come inside." And then he'll get up from wherever he was, just walk over and sit. A little vampire. He needs the invitation. Buddy, we're trying to sleep. You're just gonna come and snuggle with us anyways. We don't have to do this every night. At midnight, please. I gotta learn to not turn my head so quickly. I thought I had all the parameters for the rigging adjusted, but it seems like every time I look too hard to the side, the whole thing just... my friend has just informed me that chat looks like it's not coming through. So I could be streaming to nobody. I could be streaming to 10 people. Or 100. Probably not 100. Probably not 10. Give me 1 second. Interesting. It'll show. If I pull open the settings and properties for chat, which have disappeared, I can see the messages. But it's not coming through here. So Craig has asked, hello, what color blue is that? This is Citadel Contour Blue. Kind of a darkish navy blue. Let's see if I can get this to through. What if I delete chat? No, hold on. Yeah. I delete chat. Add chat. Browser. Hey, there it is. Why so difficult, chat box? Alright, cool. We're good. Where was I? This guy. Alright. Paint didn't dry too much in between. Is that like the perfect consistency just for doing one layer? It's dried just enough. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Well, 7. So I got 9 guys in total. Can't remember if these guys are in the books or not. I'm sure they're probably mentioned, or at least in an appendice. Sorry, I've been holding all my stuff out of frame. Put up like a box. I gotta keep everything in. I'll keep forgetting. Eventually, I'll just be like leaning all the way back in my chair with my feet on the desk, painting a mini, well away from the camera. Oh, how'd you find Flamel Sterling's stream? Oh, I just had a foot fetish and just saw his feet up on the desk, and I tuned in. Oh. Nice. Oh. I'd figure out why some of my items don't work. I always have to do like a pre-stream maintenance. But it's always the same stuff every time. This camera doesn't always show up. I have to like unplug it and plug it back in. Why? Why can't you just work? You're a machine. You don't think. Just do. spear stuck in my hand. If I can get like a head-mounted GoPro or something, I'd like to do some scenery making streams. Because I love making the scenery. I've got printed up this weather top that I want to add on the base, add some more hills and rocks to it. It's such a large open space, there's no way to be able to set a small camera up anywhere near it. Believe it or not, I actually do have, oops, elbowing my stuff. I actually do have an alchemy lab and all the equipment. Problem is, it's my in-law's garage right now. I can't really open and run any experiments or procedures without it getting full of grass from the mower and dust and everything. With a POV camera, that could be a whole new source of stream material. Whoops. Stab the mic. This one all went on pretty good on this guy. The inside of his robe. I think he'll be good. His collar. Well, that's half the Galadhrim guard. I'll do this. I'll just do the Stormcaller last as my kind of end goal for each paint batch. He'll be my oh god, it's finally over guy. Oops. Oops, some little fibers get on these as I'm spray painting them. His shoulder. There we go. Oops. You're gonna hear that a lot. Oops. Oops. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh. Really need to keep some frame discipline. Because I keep lifting my guys up out of the way. Sorry about that, otherwise you're literally just watching paint dry. About due for another paint blob. Oh, there's a chunk. Paint chunk. Came out, stuck to your shoulder. Damn spears. Buzz. Lost my face again. Here we go. Ooh, hey, hey, ooh. Alright, good. Alright. Cool, given base coats, that makes me halfway through this color. Set everything up good. Airbrush. I don't know how fine they can go, though. I gotta look into that. I've already done all of my Galadhrim Knights, unless I decide to expand a little more. But I hate painting horses. I hate it. They look all blotchy and chunky once I'm done with them. Hoping with a small airbrush I could at least get everything all smoothed out. Oh shush. Oh shush. Oh shush. My assistant. He's here to help spill everything and cry. Hey, buddy. All right. I know why the cat fusses everywhere. 5 down. Three more guards and a Stormcaller. Oops. I drop metal minis way more often than I ever drop the resin ones. I like finish painting them and then immediately drop when it's all chipped and bent. I tried using some like protective coats on them, but they all just end up looking too glossy. Even the matte coats look kind of shiny. Or I'll drop the same model a bunch of times. As in with this poor bastard. It's not quite Turin bar bad luck, but he's getting there. A few more drops. Instead of going back, I'm just gonna circle around and coat the same model twice as I go. Too high, perfect. Too high, perfect. I'm gonna highlight there anyways and cover it. Who cares? Whoa, hey. There we go. So now let's have a little time to dry. Let me. Okay, this sticks much better once it dries. So probably gonna give it a brush though. I'll get rid of anything that's not too adhered to them. There. Something easier to hold on to. Who's texting me? Oh, my cell phone bill is due. So many projects that I've got just constantly going and are on back burners. It's the joy of ADHD. But once Dr. Wife and I get our own place, be able to get the alchemy lab set up again. I'll get the homebrew and bootleg and stuff up again. Making a lot of beers and mead before we moved. Let me tell you, I had a whole 5-gallon batch of mead go wrong in just the right way. It's almost no flavor, but that was because it had all been converted to alcohol. It's like a 25% mead. It was dangerous. The flavor was so light you could sit and drink a couple bottles. And you go to stand and just be like, oh no, I have fucked up my night. I wasn't planning on getting trashed, but here I am. I still have some of that batch. It's a good batch. Got so much gold and silver scrap. So many copper bars to get transmuted into silver. People get suspicious if you do show up with too much gold, but a lot of silver, you just say, oh, I've been going to Goodwill, buying old sterling, and they'll believe it. They'll believe it. They'll believe anything. You say it convincingly enough. Move my mouse out of the way. Now, how good is the focus on this camera? It's hard to tell if it's the focus or the lighting. Let me find somebody already painted. Alright, I didn't paint this guy, but I did do the base. I bought some secondhand hobbits, and this paladin already came. Pretty decent paint job on him. But let's see if I can move him. We're starting to lose it about 6, 7 just from the camera. About 8 or 9. I'll just upload some better pics after all this is done. I thought I set my default was to just like relax when it lost track of my face. Well, I guess it's doing it right now. There we go. 6. Oh no, that's number 7. Someone one farther than I thought. Nice, nice, nice. A little high. Tray and everything. Pull the mic a little closer. Pull the camera up. Turn the camera lid off. Push the camera back so it doesn't lose my face. Right. One more new blob. Do it. He's crying again. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. The door's open. Come here. Sounds like he's got a toy in his mouth. What a baby. Buddy. Are you a big whiny baby? He's such a whiny boy. Come here, buddy. You got the jingle toy in your mouth? It's his favorite toy. It's just a old dirty pair of socks he stole out of the laundry. Like, hi. And he like just never let my wife take back. So he put the like little jingle sleigh bells in it. And it's his favorite toy. He carries it around with him. He rubs all over his face. He drools all over it. We wash it. It's so gross. Oops. But it's his absolute favorite toy. We can always hear him coming with it. Just jing, 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 jing. Meow. Yeah, you. I'm talking about you. Come here, buddy. We have 3. He's the middle one. He's terrible. He's smart. He gets into everything. We used to live in an apartment, and he was... I don't know what I was doing. It must have been the weekend. So I've been working. And I was like, okay, I'll just fix myself up a quick tuna sandwich. So I go to our cupboard. Yeah, buddy, I hear you. I go to our cupboard and I undo the little strap we had around the handle to keep him from getting into it. Maybe this is before the strap. This may have been why we had the strap in the first place. I pull out a pouch, mix myself up some tuna. I turn around and he's just at the edge of the kitchen staring at me. And he does that animal thing where he's Tilts his head to the side, back and forth as he watches you. Tilts to the other side. You realize, oh, he's thinking. That's his thinking face. And I don't think anything of it, and I finish my sandwich, and I go out. I get the mail. I pick up something out of my car. I come back inside, and I find the cupboard open, and anything that was in a pouch has been pulled out and systematically tested for what it contains. And he found and ate an entire 2 pouches of tuna. So we had to strap all of our cupboards shut now. Let alone the hamsters he's killed. Hey, buddy. I hear you. He's got a box full of just like that cardboard paper that packages use now as cushioning instead of styrofoam. And he just sits in it and he shreds it. But he's in there right now. Not shredding, just sitting, just being good for the brief moment. Give him 20 minutes. He'll be fighting his brothers and stealing snacks and screaming. The really funny thing about him is that he can't stand multiple people. Oh, this guy's still a little wet. I went around him a little fast, so I let him dry. He cannot handle multiple people. One person, snuggly, very sweet. 2 people, no, get me out of here. He'll start squirming and thrashing and crying. 1-on-1, he'll sit and snuggle. But God forbid there be multiple people. Ugh. Why does this look brown? Oh, I know why. I didn't prime this by itself. I primed some other guys at the same time with brown. I primed with brown. Who knows? I don't. Who even remembers? These guys definitely weren't in the books. Magic isn't really touched upon too much in Lord of the Rings. Like, they mention sorcerers and stuff, but you never really see them. Like, it sounds like something regular people could do, as opposed to the wizards, who are all Maiar spirits, and Sauron, who's also a Maiar. It's like, should that just be like the immediate clue? Someone did magic? Oh yeah, they're probably a demigod then. Back it up, boys. We know who it is. It was the demigod. It's like inhuman feats are back on the menu, boys. Dr. Wife is not a Lord of the Rings fan. She doesn't hate it or anything. She just isn't normally a fan of it. And I subject that poor woman to extended editions at least once a year. She doesn't have to join. She does have to understand I will not be going anywhere until this 4-hour movie is complete, but I've never done them all in one day. That's too much for me. I just wouldn't be able to sit still that long. I can barely sit still for 15 minutes unless I'm like working on something, doing something with my hands. Otherwise, it's just like, nope, nope, gotta move or else sleep. Oh, I haven't moved enough. Oh, I'm falling asleep. Training seminar for work. Guess what? Good night. Oh, having a serious talk about upcoming responsibilities. Guess what? Believe it or not. Good night. That's all he needed for his. Done all cracks and everything. I gotta learn to speak up. I'll end up being real quiet and grumbly and just be like, cat. Learning and figuring out a lot of different, just random skills and abilities that I want to apply to VTubing. Simple animations. I really want to get my OBS and stream set up a little more professional looking. It's got, I'm not like I just use like the generic fade in, fade out. I'll get a few more like slides or animations and stuff. I'm getting there. I'm learning. It looks like it was just enough paint. It was like exactly enough paint. Cool. All right, the coat, the dark blue base coats are done for their bathrobes. A lot of paint into this brush though. Garbage isopropyl bottle. One of the perks of being an alchemist is I never really run out of any like volatile solvents or anything. I just make most of my own stuff. And the benefits of being a criminal bootlegger is sometimes you can just steal stuff. An alleged criminal bootlegger. Alleged is important. Remnants of this acetone. I have a hole in my bottle of stuff. It's seems to have evaporated quite a bit. That's definitely not enough to strip an entire jar full of models. Quick tip to clean water. All right. What brush next? I legitimately don't know. Isn't that my formerly nice and sharp brush? Oh no, there it is. Okay. Whew. I thought I had really messed up a paintbrush here. Alright, that's better. Whew. I thought that this one was this one. Oh no, I've already mashed the tip of this up already? Already destroyed the paintbrush? Alright. These guys don't have too much of the red leather exposed on them. But it does go under the armor, so let's do that. Finishing up my bubble tea. Oh my god, so Dr. Wife and I today went to our local bubble tea place, which was apparently doing some kind of K-pop event. And it was just, like, I don't want to, like, knock on other people's fandoms. But I will knock on their fans and their behavior. So it was just like a small little event. They had like a cardboard cutout. And they were just like, when we went in, they were just like, a lot of people taking selfies with a cardboard cutout, all excited. So when we're like up next to it, like, oh, here, taking a pose with my boyfriend. It's like, K-pop stands are wild. This is going to use Doombowl Brown. The reddish, it's more red than brown, which looks nice for the Galadhrim's red armor. Well, that is still there. Let me, excuse me, let me see if I can find. Oh, something fell. These aren't going back in. They're not going back in their place. Oh, it's all the plate metal. Let me pull out a finished guy. Bad example. He's not showing his armor. Let me pull out a plastic guy. Here we go. 1 second. I gotta fix all the stuff that it just slid. So quick and easy, unless it falls and slices my hand again. There we go. Good enough. If I can get the ball the other way. Good. Oh yeah. Look at that reddish brown around their midsection on the second layer of bathrobe they wear under their armor. Right. Don't know if anybody has a small enough amount exposed that I really feel comfortable using this other brush. Check some of these other model references. It doesn't look like they matched the movie. Oh, the Stormcaller. He's got lots. Here we go. No, I actually have to be careful about getting it on other parts. Nope, not using that brush. Too big. This one's actually bigger, but I think it's because it's a smaller handle. I have a little more control over it. Let me just get my hands in position for it. Which I can barely do. I don't have the motor control for this right now. Ooh, I may have diluted the paint a little bit too much. Oh. Fuzz. Oh, I got one on my desk. Whoops. Welcome to the Painting Self-Doubt ASMR. Keep fucking everything up. God damn it. I'm useless and worthless. Oh god, why do I even bother? Oh, I did dilute it too much. As soon as I put it on, it's all like pull and beat up. So, whoops. Looks like his chest plate is almost one of those belts everywhere. There. He's got too many belts. The toilet belt, you dunk it in the toilet. The elves, purveyors of the finest cashmere bathrobes, so comfortable. Wear them into battle. The psychological games it plays on your enemies are great. They're like, okay, we came in full armor. This guy just came wearing a bathrobe. How tough are they again? That should be able to cram him back in his base for now. I do his robe, his sleeves, robe sleeves. Sleeve your robes. Someone's home. Just heard some doors close. Not my father, not my father-in-law, not my father. Did I lose my face again? Oh, that makes sense. I'm like way over here. Sign myself over to get into my light. Completely out of the way of my camera. And I'm still out of the way of my camera. No, I'm not. It makes sense. My head's actually like below it right now. Happens if I move it down here a little bit. What now? Alright, you can still track me now. Doesn't need to be phenomenal, just needs to be enough. Pointy guys. Alright, listen to their middles now. He's got some sleeve inside. This brush tip is actually atrocious. Alright, switch to the smaller guy. This one's like curved and warped a little bit. Like, at least I know how it's curved and warped. I'm used to the shape. I can actually use it to my advantage now. The other one was just kind of like, oh, if you push it, a bunch of bristles shoot off to the side and just smear paint on other things. What am I actually looking at here? One of the problems with small models, you have to figure out what you're looking at. pull up my references. It looks like, yeah, okay. It is some kind of undergarment poking through in spots. Fabled elven undergarments. Guess what? Just more bathrobe. My brushes suck. So what I painted under this arm, I think was actually armor. And now that I can see it's actually closer. What I'm doing now is the sleeve. A little bit. Robes, but I think it'll be fine. Cleaned up. All good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I do think I need to redilute the paint, though. I can hear the cat. He's wandering around the kitchen crying right now. It's real faint. He's just being a baby. He's very moody and jealous. He hates when we show any of the other cats affection. And he'll actually, like, fight them and just be a complete asshole to him. Because one time we were sitting, our youngest one was, we're on a reclining couch. We had, like, the feet pulled up, and we're just sitting back watching a movie. Both under blankets, and we've got the youngest cat sitting on our legs. And our boy here comes in, sees us out of the corner of his eye, and is all happy to see us, tail up, gives his little greeting chirp, comes around the corner and sees his little brother happy, like a fucking asshole. And just the immediate body posture and mood shift in him was just so funny. Ears back, tail down, mood ruined. Kind of grumbled to himself and kept going. But you don't have to be a jerk. There's absolutely room up here on the couch for you to come sit with us. But he will instead pout and whine, and some point later they're going to get into a fight. He hasn't decided when yet, but he's just going to run over, start smacking. It's so funny. Cats are such petty jerks, and I love it. Watching my friend's dogs. The male was really protective of his toys, and the female would just destroy any toy of hers. And she'd gotten a few of his before. So we're watching him. She's got one of his toys, and he walks in and sees it, and looks up at us, then looks at her, then walks over and pees right on the toy right in her face, and then just walks away. She dropped the toy in shock and she's just staring at it like, what the fuck just happened? So, well, he He got his toy back. It worked. Can't fault the guy for trying it, but ew. Or you can't fault the guy for wanting you to not destroy his stuff. Hey, speaking of small pets, the new hamster is very sick. It's so hamsters are they're so cute, but I feel like they're just like they just die the worst deaths. I had one in college. He died at the age of 3. When we just died of COVID. Thank you, father-in-law, for taking great personal offense to our request that you not cough on everything, please. It's a piece of resin flash I missed on his chest. There you go. Clear out little paint droplets I get in there. It's convenient. It's like the easiest spot to just quick hold my brush. This guy was kind of a pain in the ass. Anytime there's like a spot on model that's like a little iffy, I always end up painting it the wrong color. Alright, let me arrange these guys by matching model shape. Oh, I got 4 of these guys. At least I know what's what now. That's another reason why painting the Urukai was so easy. You do 36 in a day because they're just armor's unique and standard, or not unique. The opposite of unique. It's all standardized. Every Uruk has the same armor. Oh, maybe it's got a slightly different helmet, but like I wasn't trying to figure out every piece like when I do orcs. I hate painting orcs. Everything's different on orcs. It's like, okay, is this one... This guy's shield is metal, this guy's shield is leather, this guy's shield is some kind of thick, rough elephant hide. This guy's wearing chainmail, this guy's wearing fur. guy's wearing leather straps. This guy's wearing assless chaps. It wasn't a joke. Some of the war riders are actually wearing assless chaps. Hear him. I don't know if the mic's picking it up at all. It's pretty faint. What if I pulled the camera down lower? But I was facing the camera. Or shows that the camera was facing me. Would that trick it into thinking I was staring at it? Hello? Camera's here now. That looks a little better. I can talk to this camera and forget about this camera. I'll paint like here the whole time and it'll never see it. This is like the inner color. I actually probably should have started with this first. Oops. Now anytime I look up, it's going to warp my face. Alright, let's see. I'm picking up a few bristles. That aren't staying in line. Snip, snip. Alright. Oh, I trimmed a lot off of this brush in the past. There's those wonky side bristles that'll like push out weird when you go to fill in a small hole or something. I just need to take better care of my bristles. Oop. Came off his base while I was moving. A couple of the guys I play with are like actually professional painters. Models look real nice. I'm still just an amateur. Would you stay in your base, damn it? Good enough for that guy. Alright, last guy in this pose. That works a little better. My light's a little worse. Just... Is that too much light for me? It's too bright. I actually have to like shove my face up close to actually see what I'm doing anymore. Let him dry a little bit more. He needs just a tiny bit. This guy has got his entire chest like covered up. Chest plate's good. Oh, he's got a chunk of flash in the middle of his. Let's see it. Sometimes the flash is hard to see until you prime it or start painting it. Oh, there's another little bit of chest plate here. I really have to like drop my standards, I think, a little as I paint. Like just generic troops. I can just be like, oh yeah, he's just a guy. If I can't see it once he's glued to the base, which is why I typically don't glue him until I'm done painting. If I can't see it when he's on the base, probably I'm not going to be able to see it when I'm playing. I can't see while I'm playing, like I don't really need to get these guys done up too fancy. But at the same time, I can't see myself like half-assing anything. I can't look at it and be like, well, this was good enough. It will. That mentality drives me nuts, but it's also because it's like something that I can't help. It unfortunately really bogs down a lot of my other projects. Like, oh, if I can't do this perfectly, I'm just gonna not. Which is a terrible mentality to have, but it's just what I got. Alright. Alright, let's do these sleeves on these two guys. Ouch. Splinter. Gold on the armor will cover up any smeared spots at this point. Did the Stormcaller have any more? I think that's it. Never actually looked at his back. His boots. Part of what I keep hitting and covering up is like a gold shoulder strap for the armor. But rather than paint around it, it's just easier to paint over it and then recoat it when I do the gold armor. Brass, bronze, gold colored. Gold would make terrible armor. He's so heavy. Whoops. Alright, sleeves are all done. Next up, one of these guys. I think next up I'd probably do skin, hair, then armor. Skin, hair, armor. Alright, skin. The Cadian flesh? Is that what I did last time? I think I used Cadian flesh tone last time. And then hit it with a wash and then another swipe. Oh, look at the guy right here. That's absolutely not what I did. It's absolutely different color. I even flayed one flesh. I think it was flayed one flesh for the base. Yeah, we'll go with that. Why not? Small brush. I think this is paint I had mixed water in previously. Come here. Come here. There you go. Set those brushes aside. I'm kind of done with them for the moment without giving them a good wash. But yeah, this is one I had diluted in the past. Alright. Tiny brush. Hands and face. What if I lowered my chair? Hey. Even better. Diluted it a little too much the first time. It's going to definitely need 2 coats per guy. Face. Loop your nose. I don't know if I can get his neck. Yeah. I'll forgo his neck. Stupid hands. I hate doing hands. Skin tones are always so hard for me. Let's go. This guy's too red. This guy's too yellow. This guy's pink. Like pink pink. This guy's brown, but like a leather brown. Like not a healthy human skin tone brown. This is like, this guy's kind of gray. Face. not rising. Oh, it's 34. Brush is gunking up. Too much water on the brush. I'll fix that on the second coat. Oh, this guy's other hand is still wet too. This guy's still entirely wet. Right. Set him aside. Let him dry up a little bit. This elf looks cranky. All right. His thumb is touching his robe. Chunk of flash or something on his hand. And it's probably on the other guy's hand. This is the model I got 4 of here. Sometimes there's like model inconsistencies. Like, oh, this guy's got bare hands and this other shape will have like guards that don't cover his fingers, just the back of his palms, just the back of his hand. And one model will have like, it's hard to interpret as either. Like, does this one have it? No. This guy, his armor on his hands has got these 2 points of metal. Some of the other guys have that, and then it looks like another one. And like the fingers are too long. It's like there's an extra joint in the middle of the hand. But these guys are only 28mm scale, so it's not like it's a huge noticeable error or anything. Error. Oh, my brush is starting to clog up again. Let me get... I hope by coming right out of the pot like this, it'll help the rest of it dry up a little bit more. Thicken a little, and I can be like use it like my regular paints. 3 of them. It's a third of the way. Stretch a little bit. Oh, fuck. Fuck me. Ow. Ooh. Ow, 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 ow. We're good. We're good. Hurt a lot. We're good. Good. We're good. Helmets are another thing I hate to paint. The faces inside the helmets. Another Uruk benefit, they just have that slit. Leave it black, you can't see their face inside. Everybody else is these half-open helms. Their face bits semi-visible. Got a painting contest coming up January through February. Number of models painted wins the contest. Let me tell you, I have got 80 Gondorian soldiers. 80 something. Waiting to be painted. It's gonna suck. But I'm gonna do it. I'm probably not gonna do it. I'm gonna want to do it. But I'll probably get to like 20. It'll drive me nuts. I'll just switch over to something more complex, but like one mini only counts as one mini. Doesn't matter if it's a Balrog or a Moria Goblin. Just one guy. It's one guy. Get that thumb. But I'll see how many of those guys I can get done before it drives me insane. And if that's the case, I have, by my count, approximately 1,300 models unpainted. Or not unpainted. 1,300 models in total. 300-ish or so are painted. So it's still 1,000 models. What happened was I was buying up lots to get like old figures. Like I mentioned earlier, my friends and I got into this when we were like 11, 12. And being 11, 12, we didn't take great care of stuff. We didn't really... The rules were also different then, so it's not like you needed a bunch of heroes to play. You could just have like one or two and then, if at all, you could, take a bunch of guys into battle, maybe have a hero. Didn't need him. So when it came to like getting us models, our parents would be like, well, why am I going to spend $30 on this, generic captain when for $40 I can get you 40 more guys? It's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Or 24. 24 more guys. The kid's like, yeah, more. So I was buying old lots to try and get some of the old metal minis that they don't make anymore. Because some of the guys have newer, updated models. Elrond got a new one recently. If you play the game, you should be completely familiar with all this, but there we go. 4 left. Wound up with like, if they came in one of the starter boxes, I probably have a bunch of them. I've got so many orcs, so many Gondorian soldiers. I've got like 200 more goblins. Freaking 200. I'm like, no thank you. I can't paint 200 more goblins and stay sane. No way in hell. Even like assembly lining guys, it would still just be like, my 200th red skirt is done. Time to swap over to doing their green faces. 200 of them. Faces and hands, face, hands, face, hands, face, hands. At least when I did the 200 Urks, like, they're so simple. Spray in black. Dry brush the armor, like lead belcher, a dark silver color. Paint the skin Dune Bowl brown. Paint the straps with Rhinox hide, the dark brown. Oops, what am I doing here? Touch up straps with like Mornfang? Yeah, Mornfang. The lighter brown. Give everything its wash. Highlight here and there if you want to. That was it. Chin chin chin. Chin chin. Two-thirds of the way. Let's brush a quick little flip through. Squeeze some of the paint out of the middle of the bristles. Ugh. 2 hours, not bad. Not bad. What do you show? And to do. And I elbow my stuff again. So this is a different model. Nice. I haven't played Animal Crossing. Well, okay, I haven't played it on my Switch in a while. I have literally played New Leaf on the DS every single day since it was released. I have over it. It maxes out at 10,000 hours. I hit that years ago. As far as I'm aware, I have like 2 or 3 years of accumulated playtime, like in total. On that game. I should probably check out my New Horizons town. I had all my wolves. It's been a while since I opened it. Made sure nobody moved. Gosh, Mayor, some of our villagers would like to move away and start new lives. No, they're too cute. They must stay. Mayor, the town is stagnated. There's no new industry. Everybody just... The only thing for sale in the retail shop are these silver crystals you force everyone to buy. Yep, need the money. Have millions of bills. Need it more. I'm not gonna be doing these eyes. Sometimes I'll do the eyes on minis. This guy's eyes were done. I can't really... You won't be able to see it with this camera. But I did do the eyes on some of these guys. I don't know about these ones with their helmets. For some reason, this guy's helmets don't seem as invasive. Is he taller? Yeah. Or intrusive as these guards' helmets. Let him dry a little before I put his next coat on, because he went on a little thin, but still kind of wet. Look at the storm color guy. Alright, yeah. Face and hands. No gold armor on his arms, though, so I gotta make sure I don't get any of it on his sleeves. Ugh, sounds like my father-in-law's home. Garage door's going up. That guy is a talker, and an oblivious one at that. This guy is... Oh, it's got kind of a high collar. Oh, I missed that. I missed that collar. The collar is supposed to be the red. Actually, just don't want to be wet. Oh, shit. Here we go. His collar is done. Cool. Lucky. Your paint there was still wet. Oh, hey, buddy. Cat's here. Nobody look at him. Just ignore him. He'll go away. Hey, buddy. No, he won't go away. He'll sit and he'll scream. I love him. He's great. He's a turd. I don't mean that in like a terrible way. I love the guy. He's so mean to his brothers. He's so jealous and he's such a whiny baby. Our youngest is the biggest baby though. He's a big scaredy baby. He's also the strongest by a lot. The cat is like 14 pounds of solid muscle. We don't know how. He's lazy as fuck. He does nothing all day. But if something spooks him, he's not allowed at the vet by himself and without being like drugged up to the max. Because it's always so funny. They're always like, I always try to warn them about him. It's like, don't worry, he's really tough. He's really violent when he gets spooked. So, like, oh, don't worry, we can handle spicy kitties. Like, no, you don't understand. He's special. Like, well, I make a good burrito, and like 5 minutes later, they come out like him and his carrier clutching their arm with blood running down it. We're just like, we don't know why he's like this. Because he's super sweet at home. He's just a big snuggle bug at home. As soon as he's spooked a little though, a violent monster. He's banned from several groomers. They have to make special accommodations when he goes to the vet. Like, nobody believes that him and my oldest from college are related. Because the oldest is their favorite. Like, oh, he's so calm. He's so well behaved. He takes his medicine. And they'll see like both of our names on their paperwork. And they're like, no. How is it possible? We're like, we don't know. We don't know. Got the oldest one. Some family had kittens. And they were getting rid of them. And one of my roommates was like, cats, let's go get them. If my other friends get up and streaming and I get everything situated, he's one of them. He was one of my roommates. Or one of them was one of my roommates. Oh, skin's done for now. There'll be a second coat later after shading. So we got him in college. He got used to everything, parties and stuff. So he was pretty calm. Let me take the darker used pants and set to the side. Middle cat we got from... Whoa, fuck. All good. Middle cat we adopted from like a PetSmart. And then the youngest we found in our stairwell back when we lived in an apartment. He was, I guess it's like he was so sweet when we brought him in. He'd been out there crying all night, so he assumed he was like one of the neighbor's pets. But when Dr. Wife got a hold of him and like knocked on their doors, nobody took him. So we took him in. He was microchipped, but they never registered it. So hey, free microchip. My train of thought derailed. Yeah, it's gone. That's why he's skittish. Oh yeah, he had like bruises that were like, we thought they were tumors at first. They were just like, apparently sometimes if they get bruised real bad, it like just swells up and makes like a lump in their tissue. So we don't know if he was abused or if he got hit by a car or what. He's really afraid of trucks. He is terrified of trucks. Whatever trauma he's got carries it with him into so many other situations. He is violent and spookable. But at home, he is just the sweetest. We got the next couple paints. And I will be right back, just taking a quick break. Let's see. All right, I'm back. All right, so yes, I'll do. I'll do the Hashut Copper. Blah, 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 blah. Hashut Copper next. You really got to mix up metallic sometimes. I've been painting the same guys because my palette's got all the same little color blobs everywhere in it. I know it takes up a bit. All right. You really got to mix up the copper, any of the metallics really, to get the try to get the particles resuspended properly. Otherwise, you get ones where it's really thick or somewhere it's really thin. Usually trying to put it on oh right, okay. So these guys, I think, are based off an old metal model. These resin ones. So instead of like plate mail, like this plastic guy has, they have chainmail. So let me find. See that brush I was mad at earlier. That might work. Oh, hey buddy. The oldest one just showed up. How you doing, dude? Hey. I hear my mother-in-law out there. That one didn't work as well either. We'll just stick with this. Might have to do some touch-ups, but that's fine. That's fine. If it was the perfect the first time, I'd never paint again. I'd be like, oh, that's it. I'm done. Doesn't get any better. All right. Yeah. Okay. I'm definitely gonna have to retouch here and there. I should take a better look at the models first. Yeah, this chainmail. The texture of the chainmail makes it really hard to get into all the holes without really doing like this, like toothbrushing motion. That's why I use the rough brushes. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go through and do all the chainmail that way. Get that done, and then I'll do the armor plates separately. I can hear the door being pushed around. Another cat's trying to come in. Cats get very personally offended if you ever close the door on them. Right. Okay, this pose doesn't seem as bad. In fact, if I can keep this one from needing a touch-up. Nope. Gonna need to touch up. Not a major one, though. Actually, the ink wash might handle that. I can't tell it's a foot. Lesson learned, chainmail first. I want to get the blue out of the way first because it takes up such a large amount of the model. But I think working for the inside outside is better. It's a better path. My wife's arguing with her mom. I think my father was pouting. Children, all of them. Ooh, different pose. He's got his spear in the middle of his stance. All right, this little gap here. Well, wasn't too bad. And this is just the chainmail. I gotta do the plates afterwards. Actually, I'm gonna do these guys now because I didn't prime them that well. So I'm seeing light gray coming through, so I'm just gonna shove a bunch of copper in there. I have to do the red with him. Oh, cool. You know what? That's actually... His chainmail pattern isn't that well defined. So I think the other brush will be fine. Perfect. Maybe a second coat though. He's getting like the thin down copper. And it's just kind of leaving all these little black dots at the height of the chainmail bits. Helmet time. Always wear your safety helmet when getting murdered by orcs. Metallics always take forever. A lot of them end up being kind of translucent once the pigment like slides to the side. I can do like 3-4 coats of gold if I've used black primer. Ooh. Ugh. Let's say. I got nothing. Gotta say something to fill the gap in my silence. All right. Tip's starting to curl on this brush already. And the golden strap. Not sticking my face in too far, am I? Big dumb face. Whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Getting shaky. Oof. Yeah, this guy definitely needs a blue touch-up. All along the edge of this writing desk are these tiny little splinters just from like wear and tear of all the pressed wood. Every little particle has come out to stab me in the arm. Oh, weird. Look up at the top of the armor for this guy. It turned like gray. That's weird. Right. This should be good for his copper. He's kinda good for his copper. Maybe. Oh, that's right, it magnetized all these verses. Excuse me. Excuse me, I burped. Excuse me, I burped. Looks like the chainmail is also going to need a second coat too. Once it dried, like a lot of little bubbles popped. I think some of the bubbles were just like covering up gaps instead of actually filling them. Get some background music. I don't know how copyright works. Maybe some royalty-free background music. And we're not going to see you into oblivion music. It's a piece of the armor. I think that was a piece of the sleeve. Armor now. Congratulations, dude. Your armor just got upgraded. It now covers your armpits. Oh, it's his hair. Like his actual hair, not the stuff coming out of his helmet. Don't know if I'm going to do my next painting stream like this. Maybe I'll stick to like heroes. Just doing a bunch of the same guy is efficient. It's not exactly the most engaging. I only have a bunch more of these guys to go. So I've already done like 35 Galadhrim. The regular ones, not these elite guards. Oh my god, it's just like they look really good. They look great. I did a good job on them. If I don't say, I don't mind tooting my own horn a little too much, but I want to paint a different color because they all have like the same general theme, color theme. I think the only difference is that these guys, the robes underneath their sleeves is the red instead of the blue. The other guys, it's just their cloaks and sleeves. It's got the whole bathrobe set. Let me do the second coat of these of the chainmail. Boop. Boop. Yeah, it looks a little dull on all the models now. It's a quick little bristly scrub. Scrub is a brush. Scrub is a brush that can't scrub no brush. I was never exposed to music as a child. It's entirely foreign to me. It's only partially true. My brother's the musician, I'm not. Oops, hands are jittery. Hands are getting jittery. Then when I finish up this copper, I'll call it an evening. Not like when I finish all the malls, I mean like when I finish this blob. Gotta eat. Gotta help Dr. Wayfair around the house with stuff. My wife kicks ass. I fucking love my wife. She's fucking awesome. Y'all are gonna hear me gush about her a lot on streams, I bet. We've been playing Minecraft together. Got this town, this little anachronistic town. So here's a castle, here's a lab, here's a regular modern house, here's an old-timey butcher. Nothing is consistent in it. Unfortunately, I can't get my computer to play it while streaming at the same time. But I at least have it on my Switch. I can't access the ROM though because it's Mac, it's Java Realm. So it's about some of the armor. This guy. Oh no, that's pretty dry actually. That's I'm looking at like old buildup, like residual paint buildup from each time I've done it. All right, so I think in that case, I will be calling it a night for the painting. Camera back up. Talk into the right direction here. Raise the chair. All right. Got a lot painted done, but I think going forward with the paint stream, I'll probably do like individual models and heroes rather than whole sets of troops because they're kind of a slog to watch. But yeah, good stream. Probably going to not stream painting all those Minas Tirith Gondorian soldiers. That would be too painful. But maybe once I get bored of some of those guys for the contest, I'll do some more of the heroes like Faramir or Gandalf. I still gotta keep going with my Civ stream. So I'll probably do that within the next couple days. Maybe I'll do it later tomorrow. But good stream. Thanks for watching if you were here. And have a good night until next time.